Yeah. Some of my sacred books got stolen. They got stolen by Greyhound. Greyhound stole my books. You know what I'm saying? But it's all good, because I got a lot of material. So the people they've been asking me how to get their babies back. You dealing with this DRS, this DHS, whatever these social service system names and acronyms are. I'm going to tell you right now, and I'm going to start making my videos, my live videos. Hey, God, Isis L, Jamie L. Baker. Man, thank y'all for joining me. Y'all know my love for y'all is unconditional. A lot of family members, the Moors, was asking me to do a video on how to get their babies back. You know, you got the DRS, they contract and they come in, they want to get into your family business and come into your home. They want to inspect your home and all of this crazy mess all in your business. Well, this is how you get your babies back. I'm not talking about no moms that don't take care of their kids or love their children. I'm talking about real parents that really love their children and they dealing with the DRS or the social service system juking them around. You know, I mean, if you really care. But if you a parent who is neglectful to your children, then maybe someone else needs to care for them. You know, you got to love them. Okay, rescission, excuse me. A party's unilateral unmaking of a contract for a legally sufficient reason, such as the other party's material breach or a judgment rescinding the contract. Voidance, rescission, is generally available as a remedy or defense for a non-defaulting party and is accompanied by restitution of any partial performance, thus restoring the parties to their pre-contractual positions. Number 2, an agreement by contracting parties to discharge all remaining duties of performance and terminate the contract. Also spelled rescission, also termed agreement of rescission, mutual rescission. Now, I got this little thing I'm going to read to you real quick before I tell you exactly how to get your babies back if you want them back from the corporation. If you want them back, then I'm about to tell you how to do that as soon as I read this. The UCC takes cognizance of the fact that the term rescission is often used by lawyers, courts, and businessmen in many different senses. For example, termination of a contract by virtue of an option to terminate in the agreement, cancellation for breach, and avoidance on the grounds of infancy or fraud. In the interest of clarity of thought, as the consequences of each of these forms of discharge may vary, the Commercial Code carefully distinguishes 3 circumstances. Rescission is utilized as a term of art to refer to a mutual agreement to discharge contractual duties. Termination refers to the discharge of duties by the exercise of a power granted by the agreement. Cancellation refers to the putting an end to the contract by reason of a breach by the other party. Section 2-720. However, takes into court that the parties do not necessarily use the terms in this way. John D. Calamari and Joseph M. Perillo, The Law of Contracts, 21-2 at 864-65. Okay. Very first thing you're going to do is nationalize. If you choose not to nationalize, then you can still do this by using your all caps name. Your first and your middle name is your first name. How they recognize a corporation is by your first and your middle name. Mine, Olandis Dean. That's my first name. Governments do not deal, service corporations do not deal with middle names. They only deal with first and last estate names. So if you look on your Social Security card right now, if your Social Security card has a middle initial, any variance outside of what's on your birth certificate, it's a fraudulent Social Security card. Go to the Social Security Administration and tell them you want a new Social Security card with your full name on it. Your first and middle, and then your last. Now look, I'll show y'all because I don't care. I know can't nobody touch my social and can't nobody touch what I'm doing. but I'm gonna hide the number anyway, just because I know, even though I know. Y'all see that? That got my middle initial on it right there. You know what I'm saying? Okay, that's my middle initial. That's not my name. My full corporate name is, and I put it out here on the books because I know I'm protected, Olandis Dean. Not the middle initial. I got two cards. One that says Olandis D and one that says Olandis Dean. They fraudulent if they put your middle initial on your card. And they cheating your estates right now. In your fraudulent name. Operating like they you. All right, so they got your babies. They done came in. They done took your babies. They holding your babies hostage. They telling you got to do all of this stuff to get them back. Now you got to go to treatment. Now you got to submit to whatever programs they want. The only reason why they got you on programs is so they can keep on having you sign your name, so they can keep on cheating your estate, taking your wealth. Every time you sign your name, they're going to take your signature and they're going to go into your treasury, your global world trust account, and then they're going to hurt you. Hey, love, I'm not going to put your name out there, but you know I love you, Miss Moore. You know that I love you. I'm not in this state right now. I'm not in Oklahoma no more, but I'm going to come see about you real soon. Look, they got your babies. They holding them hostage. This is what you do. First, you rescind all contracts. That means you send a rescission of signature to every single living being that is associated with the case concerning your children. Then what you do is you go to the Pope. You go to the archdiocese of your region. You let them know that you're an Aboriginal and indigenous of this land, protected by international law. If you nationalize, then you take your writs to them. And you also file them with the archdiocese of your region. Now, what the archdiocese is going to do is, if any corporate entity, any employee is belligerent, meaning they don't do what you say, then what they're going to do is they're going to yell from the top, the command, the chain of command, civil orders, told them to leave the Aboriginal Moors alone and to follow what's going on. So once you do that, now you're the executor of your estate. You're signing your name in all caps, comma, estate. From this point forward, you're taking a red ink pad and you're putting your right thumbprint on any document that you file. When you send documents, you're not filing with corporations anymore. You're not filing with de facto corporations that don't honor the law. You're filing them with living beings now. So that woman who's the case manager, that top case manager, whoever's over her, that's when you want to take your writs and your affidavits to. Now you are it's called the executrix of your estate. And when you talk to them, you're going to say to them, you are the executor or the executrix. You are the office occupant of the executrix estate. Or the executor, and then your full cap's name, estate, comma, estate. Go get your babies. Now, what I mean by go get your babies is, after you submit your paperwork, an unrebutted truth stands as truth in law. So when you submit your affidavits and you submit your writs as rescission of signature and as the supreme decision-making power in your family, then if they disobey that, actually, if they don't respond to you, then whatever you're saying is law. Whatever you say to them, if they don't rebuttal, it's law. Your truth is law to them. If they do rebuttal, they have to send you a document that point for point proves what you're saying is false. By the law, by international law, by constitutional law, by civics law, by whatever law they think they can find. They have to prove by law that what you're stating is false. If they can prove it, then they have a case. Then y'all got to go to probate court. When I say go get your babies, rescind all contracts from your children, being in these institutions, being in this foster care, being in the shelters, being in the hospitals, whatever it is. Rescind all contracts. Bring your babies home. That includes the John D. Rockefeller Brainwashing Center. If you want them to have some teaching, some real sound teaching, then you're going to introduce them to the House of Reawakening Minds. That's what you're going to do. You say, all the males been contacting me, all the fathers, we're having problems not getting our children, or the mothers are keeping us from our children even though we want them. Well, as the male, you're the heir. As the male, you're the executor of your estate. And all of those children that have birth certificates, that's estate property. So you operate as the executor of your estate, as the heir of your estate, and as the male, nobody can challenge your authority. Not one single living being and not one single soul. You're not dealing with corporations. You're not dealing with DRS. You're not dealing with anybody but the living being that is representing the corporations. So, ladies, name DRS worker. Okay. Well, if they don't honor you, then they're injuring your estate. If they're not honoring, giving you back your estate property, they're hindering the estate from accumulating wealth. They're injuring you, and they need to provide remedy. Now, this is what you do. You tell them if they don't give you your children back, which is also estate property, estate property, then you know what happens? You put a fee schedule on them. For every time, for every day, for every hour, for every whatever you have my child in custody, detaining my child, keeping them from me, we're going to charge you 1,000 Federal Reserve notes a day. Y'all can put whatever charge you want on it, and you can prove it in probate court. Now, you always go to the archdiocese of your region because of the civil order, 2014 civil order, Pope's civil order to Barack Obama. When he wrote that order, he said in the order that no encumbrance, no encumbrance is to be given. We're supposed to be given everything back to us. Our estates, our land, our property, our children, our homes, our allodial titles, our ability to accept for value instead of paying with Federal Reserve notes, which are not money. All of that. And they're belligerent. They're in breach of trust. They're in breach of contract. They need to give you your babies back. Okay. The only reason why they have your babies in the first place, one, if you're not a responsible, competent parent, then I would take your babies too and raise them and teach them. Okay, so you need to be a responsible, competent parent, taking care and loving your children. The second part, can you go after their bonds? Yes, you can. If they do not honor your affidavits and your writs when you send it to them, and you've already sat down with the archdiocese of your region, you got to tell the archdiocese of your region what you're doing, because once you do that, whatever they don't honor, whatever word they don't honor, then he gets on them, or she, if she's a female archdiocese of her particular region, she'll get on there. And their bonds, that's the fee schedule. So we already know that Federal Reserve notes, 27 Federal Reserve notes is equal to 1 troy ounce of silver. So you can do it that way. You can say, I'm going to charge you 100 troy ounces of silver. Well, that per day. Well, that equals 2,700 FRN notes every day. And they're going to have to pay. They don't have no choice but to pay. The law stands on its own and it enforces itself. All we have to do is assert it. There's a maxim in law. It says, one who fails to assert their right has none. So you got to assert your rights. You got to go up in there with fire. You got to go up in there like, if they don't honor what you're saying, and I mean the writs in your hand, you have the red thumbprint on the seal. You have your name, your full all caps name, comma, estate on that, or you have your new national name on that. If they don't honor it, then you know what happens? They get that fee schedule. And who's enforcing them to pay the fee schedule? It's not the corporation who's de facto. It's the Pope who sent the civil order to tell them that they need to honor the Aboriginals and the indigenous people of the land, and them enforcing the law. They need to honor consular courts. They need to honor the organic constitution and the Articles of Confederation and the 1787 Treaty and Peace of Friendship. They need to honor these. We backed them. We gave them the wealth and permission to do commerce on this land. The least they can do is honor the law. Let's see. Y'all sit in this comment section and y'all let me know whatever y'all want me to teach and preach on. It's as easy as that. When you go to DRS, when you go to the foster parents, or even the jail, even in jail that has your family members detained. I ain't talking about, okay, if your people done stomped somebody out and done killed somebody, or, you know, they pushing dope out the community or whatever. All right, well, either you hold them accountable or you create some type of detention center or some type of punishment for when they're doing those type of things. But if not, leave them in prison. I ain't talking about no life term or nothing like that. Nobody deserves that. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, they gotta know to be doing right. They gotta know that that's not okay. Okay. But if not, if they in jail for traffic violations and prison and all of that, talk driver's license. Okay. The right to travel. The writs and the affidavits have 13 Supreme Court case laws on them. Those Supreme Court case laws, they have all of your rights to travel on them. And that's located in our group. We have those for free. You can download those. All of your rights to travel are on there. Aboriginal, indigenous to the land. Go get you some private plates so that you don't have to register. Look, I'm about to show y'all what I'm doing because y'all know that I'm walking in life with y'all. I'm showing y'all everything I do, every step, so that y'all can take the same steps. This is a true bill of sale. That's a true bill of sale for a Lincoln MKZ. I went to the dealership and I told them that I'm the heir to my estate. I have a Global World Trust account and my estate is going to cover it and I'm going to do an accept for value. I need them to print me out a true bill of sale. That's a true bill of sale. They printed me out. I already talked to the Treasury Department. I know they're going to accept for value this vehicle that I'm going to get. This right here, same exact thing. They printed me out. I asked them, I said, what's your ACH number? What's your bank number? So that we can do a direct deposit. My estate can do a direct deposit directly into whoever you are, whatever you are. He gave me his bank number. Where is this at right here? Oh, right here. Here's the car dealership's bank. That's where the Treasury Department, when I send my accept for value slip and I send my true bill of sale to them with my name in the estate, estate, that's who's going to do it. The bond process with the right to travel. Jason Franks. Okay, when you bond yourself, you're bonding yourself with 1 troy ounce of silver, which is equivalent to 27 FRN notes. You're sending that to the State Department, and what you're saying to them is that I have enough surety or enough monies or remedy to be able to cover any injury I cause to anybody. Now, what's 27 FRN's notes? If you smash into somebody's car and it costs, $2,000 to fix it. Well, let me show you how that works. Your bonding is not the accumulation of your wealth. It is just saying that you have the ability to be able to cover it if you do injure somebody. If you're bonded on the state level, you're sending it to your governor. You're taking 1 troy ounce of silver. Who gave me the game? Let me pay homage to this man. Obashangayel.com. He's got a website, and his website has a 91-page bank. I read it, and I studied his website, and he talked to me and counseled me, and I almost didn't remember him when I was paying homage. Taj Tariq Bey, that's who's edifying me. Obashangayel, that's who's edifying me. Shalimar Bey, that's who's edifying me. Y'all want to know my sources of where I'm getting edified and seasoned from? These people are the ones that's seasoning me. Okay, bonding, state level, troy ounce of silver to the governor with your free national name, if not with your free national name, because I'm helping Europeans too right now. If you don't have a free national name, you need to naturalize. You need to do a triple seal name change, and you need to remove yourself from the 14th Amendment citizen. You need to remove yourself. Mr. Albion, Mr. European, I love you too. I love everybody. The prophet is universal. Hey, Sharon, look, that woman right there, the first counsel I was able to gift. I wasn't going to say it, but I say it anyway because that's the homegirl. You know what I'm saying? So now all the councils are supporting one another. Now listen to me. If I don't get from council confirmed by their mouth that you are council, I'm not going to send you nothing, Jack. I'm sorry. They got to vouch for you. So all the councils I'm affiliated with, when they tell me, hey, this person's doing this, or you need to support this person, or however this works, I'm not going to be sending you nothing. You ain't going to be co-intel proper to me, making me think you part of council without them affirming and confirming to me that you done completed the questionnaire, you done sat with them, you done walked with them, you done supported them. They know you can be trusted, you tried and true. When they hit me up about your name, that's when I'll send you some FRN notes and you can get some help around here. We trying to eliminate FRNs. We not supposed to be using them. They're debt notes. You can't pay debt with debt. You got green paper in your pocket. You think that what you're working for is what you're supposed to be having. That's not what the case is today. Every hour on the clock, you get paid $11 an hour, $12 an hour, $13 an hour. Those is debt notes. You ain't even supposed to be working like that. You ain't supposed to be debt slaving. So now they got your time and they paying you debt notes, and then you using those debt notes to pay other debts. Whose debt are you paying? The United States Service Corporation, who owns you until you take heirship and responsibility of your own estate. That's who owns you. That's who you paying the debt of. They sold the United States Service Corporation to the Jesuits. All of those 501c3s, all of those people, all of those churches, when you're giving your money to them, that's a dedonus. That's a gift. You're giving a gift to who? Caesar. You paying Caesar. And they used to say to me, oh, render unto Caesar what is Caesar's. What? Ain't nothing Caesar. Nothing of mine belong to Caesar. I don't know about your property, but ain't nothing of mine belonging to Caesar. What'd he do to get my estate? But cheat me out of it. Come on, man. Look, working slaves, sweating and everything. Yeah. Oh, he just said what pick. This is somebody that just inboxed me. He got, he friend requested me. If you friend requested me and you ain't got no picture, you ain't got more than 10 friends that are affiliated with me, I don't see posts or civics or jurisprudence or something that has to do with Moors or nationality or something like that. I'ma block you because you co-intel pro-operative. You trying to get on my page and get information, get all up in what we doing right now. We ain't about to have that. I told the man that the picture that he has on his Facebook is Novus Ordem Seclorum. That means order out of chaos. So they call, they cause chaos and then provide the remedy to the masses and then act like they're administrating order to them. That's what they do. So he got this picture and he say he a Moor, but you got the imposters logo on your Facebook page. What? And you see the pyramid, the eye is disconnected. The eye is disconnected from the pyramid. They're imposters. They use that Nova Ordo Seclorum or whatever it is, that's insignia, as an imposter. Our verse, our logo, our insignia for our Moorish divine national government, our eye is connected to the pyramid. Why? Because we looking after everybody. Because we love everybody enough to watch over everybody. This is why the Moors fail. Let me tell you why the Moors fail. Because they love the knowledge more than the people. So they begin to study so much that they neglected the people. Instead of using their gifts and mastering themselves and coming and using it to build the nation up, it just became just like it is now. So many Moors, so many temples, so many sheiks, so much wisdom, so much knowledge, so much sciences. But you keep it all to yourself. You ain't even using it to edify the entire Moorish nation. You use it for your individual self and your individual family or your individual temple, and nobody else is getting healed. That ain't how the Moors became the world empire. They mastered themselves, and then they used their gifts and their mastery to help the whole empire. Come on, man, we got to get it together and take care of these babies. I'm just trying to see whatever y'all want me to teach on and how to go. I have to reiterate some things because we have to be redundant for the new people coming on. So you don't want anybody to know your personal address, your domicile anymore. So you're going to go to the post office and you're going to fill out a change of address form, and you're going to, where I'm located, folks fight me, trying to save them. Yeah. Don't talk to them no more, bro. Look, this is what you do. Just get right in front of their face. When you talking this except for value and this world estate and this airship and this, you're free and you can do all of this and they ain't listening to you, then get right in front of their face. Sooner or later, they're going to see you so right that they're going to say, well, how did you do that? How you get that vehicle? How you get right? How come ain't no policy enforcers messing with you no more? What did you do? Oh, well, you know what I did? Let me show you what I've been trying to tell you, but you don't want to listen. And it's sad. Islam, Marzi, I hope you went to these popes. I hope you asserting your authority. I hope you bringing all of these family members with you, and you making sure you making it known that you here to stay, and they ain't got no power. They ain't got no authority. That's de facto right here. This is de jure government around here. Yeah, bro, I had it the same way. None of my family's listening to me right now. I'm yelling this thing. I'm trumpeting this thing to them. Hey, you the heirs to your estate. Let's sit down. Let's talk. Let's write wills. Let's write affidavits. Let's file them. Whatever it is. Let all the grandmothers and grandfathers and all the old heads sit down and let's talk to them about what's supposed to be done to the estate or for the children. Don't nobody want to communicate in the family about what needs to be done for the family. How is this love when you don't even talk to nobody? Come on, man. I'm trying to see real love around here. Man, I miss my babies, the twins. If you still on here, you know who I'm talking about. Listen, if they don't listen to you, stop exerting your energy. Just keep on studying. Keep on studying and getting right yourself, because when you do, they're going to have to listen to you anyway. When you got all this land and you've accepted for value a home and a vehicle, and now you calling them to sit around a round table, they're going to be looking in awe. One of my favorite movies is The Count of Monte Cristo. The Count of Monte Cristo. That movie right there is probably what I'm doing right now. Let's see. So we covered how to get your babies back. Rescind all contracts. Bring them home. Go get them. Tell them they have no authority. Don't let anybody exercise any authority over your estate and your property and your family members but you. If you're competent enough, if you are able to assert your authority enough, nobody has power but you. You are the supreme decision maker in all of your affairs. DRS is taken care of. Getting your babies back. He said touch base on being able to travel. In our group, we have private plates as well as we have laws and writs. And matter of fact, Sharon just posted something that was real informative. I need to print that out and send it to people. What up, Noble Derek? ID cards. There we go. So the consuls, every week we have a conference call. We're talking about the best way to standardize or use what for the whole nation, the ID cards. Yeah, in the group, I have a post that tells you where you can get the ID cards from. You can choose barcode or you can choose not barcode. And my sister's very intelligent to not have her information put on anything. Mausoleum. I need to study that. I'm supposed to get in some classes to study the sciences. But everybody is versed in different areas. Some know cosmogony. Some know law. My brain clicks with the law and how to apply it to be able to bring remedy to the things that are going on in our lives. So that's where I'm at. Some know how to chart the stars. Some know how to do measurements. Some know how to build. You need to take your gifts and you need to edify your communities. This is point blank. Stop being dependent on these corporations and begin to be dependent upon one another. That's just it. Setting up a post office. Thank you for bringing me back to that, Jason Franks. The reason why you don't want your address, that's what they call it, but it's really a domicile. People are mailing you to your address is it gives them jurisdiction, the ability to have power or decision-making power over whatever contractual agreement that you've entered into when your mail is being sent back and forth. Now, the General Post Office is established before the general delivery. General Post Office is between private and private. One brother and sister to another brother and sister, one family to another family. The general delivery and the United States Postal Service is a corporate entity, a corporate body. Now, when you go to the post office, you're going to tell them you want your mail delivered to the General Post Office, and you're going to use their address. They told me I couldn't do it. They didn't even know the laws. They didn't even know their policy and their code. They didn't even know their history. I had to show them, hey, this is the General Post Office. This was established between individuals, not corporations. Purchase generators, solar panel, and wind power energy, backups, filtration system, and purified water. Yes, and quinoa. Quinoa is a super grain. You can get beans and everything like that. You can do all of that. But I love quinoa. Quinoa and honey and quinoa and all type of fruits and vegetables. In our group, we have somebody that is actively building or growing. Verily is the better one. Hey, I appreciate you, Gigi. I'm going to research that. So the post office, you use their address. And when you go there, you say, I want to pick up the mail for, when you sign your name, full all caps name, whatever it is, on your birth certificate. Full all caps name, comma, estate. Use the address of the post office. Now you're your own postmaster general. And then ask them for a roll of red registration numbers. And whenever you have those registration numbers, whatever document you're sending, you put it in the document itself. And you write it down. You know they got it. Certified return receipt. Berkeley filtration system. Yes. And I have also sourced information on how to make organic filtration systems by different minerals and roots. You can cut a Coke bottle. Cut the bottom of a Coke bottle and turn it upside down and put your minerals and your roots in there, or your minerals and your rocks in there. And that's a permanent filtration system right there. Can your own food, yes, and the aluminum, it has different unhealthy properties, so you need to make sure you're using mason jars. Drink out of glasses. Rick saying, hey Gigi, you on deck right now, girl. Hey, that's what I'm talking about. Somebody knows what they doing. Use mason jars. This way, I think it's called BPA. There's a specific chemical in plastic that destroys your body. What up, Atum? What up, Gigi? Hold on. Who else on here? Sharon. Hey, that's what I'm talking about. Okay. The ID cards are taken care of. Your private plates in the group is taken care of. How to get your babies back is taken care of. We're sending them from these BPA. Yes, that's the chemical that be messing up our bodies when we drinking from plastic. And you can't have fluoride. If you don't want fluoride in your water, you're going to have to boil your water. And you're going to have to take a coil that doesn't conduct heat, and you're going to have to put it in a bottle. You put it in a bottle. When you boil your water, then the steam doesn't have the fluoride in it. And then when you look on the bottom of the pot, you'll see all them composites or deposits of fluoride. What else? What else? Come on, family. Let's get to healing each other. Organic food in the group. There's somebody already growing that. Our private plates are taken care of. Our right to travel is taken care of. How to get our babies back is taken care of. Is there anything else we need to discuss? We got the post office taken care of. You're going to the post office. You're using the address of the post office. When you sign your name and you want people to mail you stuff, it's going to be your full name in caps, comma, estate. You're using the post office address for the post office. I have 2 farms. Hey, y'all need to see Gigi for all of y'all organic foods. And somebody that's in her area, go help her till the land. pH drops. That's what I'm talking about. We need to keep that pH balance. It helps with, help me. Keeping the smell right and, keeping your body right. Y'all women. Y'all women, y'all be tripping me out, man. Look, I'm going to leave it alone. Y'all almost had me cutting up on this live feed right now. Your pH balance, make sure you smell right. Please take care of that. I love y'all very much. Making distilled water. Yes, Lori Robson. Now, y'all know I'm a troublemaker. I just posted something on the Facebook group. These COINTELPRO-operatives are these organizations that keep on taking all these people's information and they monies and it's cheating their estates. I posted it. Yes, I did. And the reason why I did is because there's been someone in my ear for about a month. Send your children to volunteer great teaching. Yes, volunteering. Yes, bring them to any teaching that has to do with the 8 parts of speech, Moore's history, civics and jurisprudence, and how to organically take care of themselves. Get out them grocery stores. Get out them poisonous centers. Stop having them the flu shot and all of those viruses. They're giving them viruses, man. Y'all can't take y'all babies to them concentration camps and none of that. Y'all got to keep them at home. Y'all got to take care of them, watch over them. We have to. It's a collective effort. We have to. Nutritional herbology. The woman told me she had a specific health condition. So I researched the nutritional. Yeah, down in Chicago. Yeah. So we found out that one of the members or one of the Moors, the Grand Sheik of this temple, and I put it on blast because we need to, Prophet Noble Drew Ali, we're going to clean these temples up. Either they're going to clean themselves up or they'll be unseated, and sheiks that have a noble heart that want to do what the Prophet did will move in. Hey, that's tight, Gigi. Yeah, we don't need those building codes. We don't need nothing restricting us. In the United Nations Declaration of the Rights of Indigenous People, in that United Nations Declaration, if you hand that, it's a writ. It's a writ from the United Nations. If you hand that to any person that is questioning anything that you're doing, they're going to have to stand down because that's a united national law. That was agreed upon by the whole world, all of the entities, the people in power, by the whole world. So give them that United Nations Declaration of the Rights of Indigenous People. Give them that. Don't speak to them. When you speak to them, you consent. When you give them writs and affidavits, you telling them, hey, this is what the law say, Jack. You can't do squat. Straight up. And yeah, people might think I'm, starting a revolution or whatever. No, y'all need to do something about them stomping y'all babies out, shooting y'all babies, taking them, acting like they have the right to do that. No. Y'all need to stand together as family, and if a corporate policy member comes and be hemming up your people or shooting them in the back or stomping on them or jumping them, y'all need to get in and move that more from out of harm's way, period. You ain't hurting him. You just getting your more out the way. Learning something new one. Thanks. That's what I'm talking about. If there's nothing else, I asked the members of the community. Oh, testimony report real quick. So a 65-year-old man calls me. He says, I've been watching your videos. I've been listening to you for the last 2 days. He says, I'm so encouraged. And for the last 2 years, I kind of just sat back, even though I nationalized. But all the information that he was getting was misdirecting him. So he didn't know, where to go. He studies with his son as well, which made me feel real good. All of you self-professed gods, you call yourself God, you call yourself king, you call yourself pimp, you call yourself player, you call yourself gangster, you call yourself whatever. You ain't none of those things if you ain't got your babies by your side, Jack. The first order of business is your children. You want to be so big and bad, I see about you to your face too. Yes, I'm here on this Facebook talking this mess. If I see in your face, you ain't got your babies and you professing to be anything, you ain't nothing unless you a father to your children first. Then you could claim kingship or heirship or godship or whatever, because God has his babies. Point blank, period. Man, I ain't playing with you jokers out here. I'm tired of y'all acting like you so whatever and you ain't even taking care of your seed. Come on, man. That's the first order of business. And your child wants to be with you. It don't matter. It don't matter about if you in a box or you got an apartment or whatever. Your child, the presence of you is more valuable than anything you could ever offer your child. Any material thing. Your presence, your energy, your love is more valuable to your child than anything. When they grow up, they're not going to say, Daddy bought me a car, or he bought me a house, or he bought me all these nice clothes or did all this for me. They're going to wonder, or they're going to speak about whether or not you were present in their life or not. That's it. That's the only thing they're going to think about. Whether or not you were actually there, tangible, able to touch, able to smell your breath or feel your presence or your energy, whatever it is. Same with the mom. Charge is the same. let's see. We've brought the children back into the home. We found a way to educate them. So now we don't need John D. Rockefeller School. We have the writs and affidavits to be able to nationalize. We have the rescission of contracts to stop all of these people from dealing in contractual agreements. We have the ID cards with or without the barcode that has all the laws on it. We have touched everything that the family, I think, wanted to see about today. When y'all inbox me, homeschool I do, yes. In Oklahoma, that's legal. You don't need to do nothing. Major Bay, man, you take care of me, man. You sent me that. I appreciate you. You called me up. We had conversation about, our family. That's how we heal, by communicating. You notice how nobody talks to anybody? They just be sitting there doing whatever on their phone. They be like this on their phone. They be watching TV. They be playing video games. They be eating or going with they don't never communicate. They don't never talk at all. Y'all need to communicate. Y'all need to talk. What's in your heart? What's in your mind? What you thinking? What you feeling? How's the day going? Who'd you meet? You need to be screening your kids like you's a private investigator all day long. The topic of the DRS, that was you that asked me that. Yeah. Go get your kids. Go get your kids, bro. If you really love your children and you want them and you want to be a father figure to them, go get your children. Take your writs and your affidavits and tell them they don't have no authority. Why? Because you the biological, genetic, DNA progenitor of them. And no one has power over anything that has to do with them but you as father. That's it. That's all. Hey, I don't even watch the television, but I think I put on the jazz. I got the music choice or whatever. I'm going to start watching the news to keep up on current events so I can correlate the laws to the current news and the congressional records. But other than that, it ain't nothing on there but propaganda, brainwashing. What the TV going to do for us? But sell us some lies. You know what I'm saying? Gigi's like, hey, I'm trying to get out this field and watch me some TV for a minute. Look, I got your back, girl. There was a woman that asked us to be a trustee over her estate. And at first I was like, nah, man. I'm like, I don't want nobody's personal information. You know what I'm saying? I had some people send me their personal information. I had them send me their birth certificates and their social security numbers and all of that. And I counseled them. I said, look, don't be doing that. Tell a lie vision. Girl, look, I'm going to stop messing with you. Look, and that's why we need, there's like 0.15% of more television in the world, like in the United States. There's nothing. Even the Black Panther. Since everybody knows that black means civilly mortus, since everybody knows that, everyone knows that black means civilly mortus and dead in the eyes of the law. It's a social status. Everybody knows that now. So why isn't it More Panther or some other indigenous name that has to do with what's going on other than black? Push black, Black's Law Dictionary, black school, black everything, push back. Push being civilly mortus, being dead in the eyes of the law, being a social status, being a castaway. Oh no, buddy. Sorry, Jack. You ain't gonna get me. I'm sorry. I ain't spend no money on that. I'm gonna go watch it eventually, but I ain't spend no money yet on it. Why? I'll probably wait till it come on DVD on regular television. Because our communities spend their FRN notes on entertainment, not building, not loving one another, not take care of each other. Entertainment. That's it. And the word entertainment actually means to wax thin. That means every time you allow them to entertain you with whatever, you getting thinner and thinner. What that mean? That the meat on your brain, the knowledge of your soul and spirit is getting thinner and thinner. While I'm talking to y'all, I'm trying to think of anything else. LMN. I'm just looking at y'all comments. I think that's about it for right now. Y'all know y'all have my heart. To those who are actively giving now, we honor your contributions to council. We honor everything that you sow into us. The sacrifices are greatly appreciated. All you councils, I'm telling you right now, all you have to do is inbox me a way to be able to support you. And then you tell me what I'm supporting, and you're going to get sent. You're going to get that help, whatever it is. Keep me informed of what's going on. As far as the seals go, we can't have everybody having a seal and operating like they counsel. There's already people that are not counsel that are acting like they are. It's a distraction from reality. They disassociate way too much and get in the game. That's true. The people are acting like they're part of council and they're not even affiliated with the consular courts. But if they can what we got, then they can pretend that they're us. And then now we got deceivers with masks on. So we need to be careful. We need to make sure I'll send everybody an image, a JPG image of the Morris Divine National Seal. Once we do that, I'll contact a source and see if we can't get them to emboss the seal on something and mail it to the consulars. Now, unless I have to get confirmation from Light or one of the top heads, the visionary leader or the founder of who we're sending it to, what consuls or consulars, and we'll do that. And y'all know how to do it yourselves too, so it ain't no thing. Keep in touch with me. I love you dearly. Those who I am actively working with, it's going to work. Keep on pressing, keep on fighting, keep on asserting your rights. It will work. They will honor the law because the law honors itself. Stand on it. Peace and love to you. I'll see you real soon. As soon as I get some more requests on what's to be taught on next, I'm going to be on here doing counsel. I love y'all very much. Talk to you soon.